Hi, I'm Zaakirah, and I am the host of the See Life Different podcast. This podcast is perfect for you if you are a Black, Indigenous, woman of color, ready to step outside of your comfort zone. This podcast will inspire you, empower you, and educate you on how to see life differently, whether it's in your business or in your personal life. I am a cancer survivor, brand cultivating strategist, author, and world traveler. Let's get into it. Welcome to another episode of the See Life Different podcast. Today we're diving deep into the changes of social media and how you can adapt your brand to utilize AI. Whether you're a long-time listener or joining me for the first time, get ready for tips, throwback stories, and practical notes you can use right away. The reason why no one is buying from you is because they do not know what you do. You have done a very good job at mastering one social media network. However, that social media network has now pissed off a lot of people and they are no longer using the platform. Your audience is no longer seeing your posts. Even if they log in for the first time in forever, you don't know which post they are going to see. As a result, you need to be downloading and owning your IP or your intellectual property. Social media has always been a rented apartment. You do not own that house. At any point, at any time, they can take away your digital IP. That leads to the problem and probably frustration about what do I do with all these videos I recorded? What do I do with all this information that's already out there? What do I do with all these long form videos? I don't even know if anybody's going to listen to it because people have short attention spans. This is where you need to learn to utilize other forms of AI editing. The very popular app that is Opus Clips. Another one that I often use is Descript. You can also utilize Instagram Edit. The third option is to use Riverside. Riverside FM has come a long way, including these clips, because we all understand that attention spans are getting shorter by the day. On a rare occasion where you have really good 90-minute podcasts that people listen to all the way through. But if I'm being honest, even with me, there are moments where I zone out. I will need to look at something else. I will casually scroll social media while listening, and then I will look up when I receive a message that I'm supposed to receive. We're in this tough battle between a digital IP, short attention spans, and being seen. I have happily started off with building my brand on Facebook. I met people in person at networking events, and then we followed each other's journey online. I got myself into communities of other Black women who are doing the same thing that I want to do if I was not already at that level yet, needing people that are right there on my same equilibrium. Now you need to take a deeper look at how are you going to make sure that you are at least known on social media. How are you going to make sure that you are at least recognized when people use GPT to search for whatever it is that is your niche? You still need to use your own voice, your own typing, your own words, your own language to input it into AI, because otherwise AI is just going to sound like a robot. AI is here to help you. AI is not here to hurt you. Yes, in some instances, depending on how political or woke or awake you are, it may look like AI is going to hurt. But it's the same thing that when we had the transfers of when cars were first getting built, it hurted and helped the economy. Every transition, every shift, it's going to hurt and to help. Here's how you do that next. You need to still immerse yourself into nature, immerse yourself into quietness, immerse yourself into the environment that are going to get you where you need to go, that are going to love you for where you are right now. First and foremost, make sure you know that environment is. Second, think about all of the things that you've been continuously hearing from. A lot of times there were people who have these conversations, ask you the same question over and over and over again. What are those questions? What are those answers that you normally get?
Next, you need to also think about what are the same steps that you do over and over again that at this point to you it's very annoying, it's very frustrating, and to the point that you don't even want to do anything about it. What are those steps? Now that I've had this podcast for 5 years, if I can honestly say, even despite being on and off and stopping 6 months at a time, it's the same old process. Maybe time in, time out when social media and technology changes, and there'll be a different app that will help me out. But at the core of it, I sit, I brainstorm, I wait to receive a message that I need to share with you. I look at my content calendar. What publicity month is it that I need to share with you? I make sure that my audio or my script, if I am typing it out beforehand, is no more than 15 minutes. I record that, and thank goodness for AI. Sometimes I will have a lot of what they call filler words, and I will now edit those out. Thank goodness for the AI portion of the program where I'm not spending hours on end removing every single filler word. And then there's the uploading part. I'll be honest, I am getting a little lazy with the marketing because there's some of you that didn't even know that I had a podcast. So I will admit that I am slacking a little bit myself, even though I'm the brand cultivating strategist for creative. I am not putting it everywhere that I have a podcast. I will be honest too. I know that my podcast is my lead magnet. This is your introduction to me. This isn't what I do. If you really want to get one-on-one strategy sessions with me, you got to go to my website. You got to book a consultation call. You got to go to my link tree, my link in bio. I know that these podcasts are your introduction to me. So with that being said, take heed of the shift that is happening in digital media. Understand that this isn't anything to be afraid of. You need to step up, lock in, as you were saying. There's a phrase that I think to whoever originally posted it on social media, where the same way that Black women were starting to shit things out the election year, now we're locking it what it is that is our purpose, what it is that we were put on this earth to do, because ain't much time left, sis. What you gonna do? So the 3 ways you can work with me: you can do one-on-one strategy session. You can come see me in person at the retreat. You can stay on my email list for when I get the inspiration and urge to do another virtual summit or masterclass or webinar. I will be honest, this is a very unpopular opinion. I am so intuitive that I follow the entrepreneurs that also know when things are about to go down. But it's really annoying to have you join the bandwagon late. I have episodes or live streams, which now gotta resurface it now that Facebook is doing all the deleting and stuff. But I've been saying this since, well, it wasn't me who said it first. The people that I'm inspired by: Nicole Walters, Maya Elliott, Gloria Atanmo. If I'm going to the male side, Gary Vee have been saying this since literally the last 9 year cycle of there's going to be a continuous shift into how many entrepreneurs there are, what kind of entrepreneurship there is, how we learn from each other. Take teachers, for example, your typical job that would get you from your first job ever to retirement is not going to be it. You're not going to have a linear path anymore. You have to have multiple streams of income. You have to have multiple eggs in multiple baskets. And if you need clarity on that, I'm your girl. I'm your woman. So just simply go to my website, zaakirah.com, ZAAKIRAHNAYYYAR.com, to start with a strategy session. Now, depending on how the strategy session goes, it's also going to be a little bit of a social listening, market research call for me with these strategy sessions. It lets me know which direction to take you in, because I was starting to say that I was ahead of the bandwagon, knowing that you got to leave for free Facebook groups. You got to have different communities. I'll be honest, there was a community that I built, and you may hear, if you look back to a couple of episodes back, you may hear me promoting that community, but you didn't join. And I know it's partially my fault because I didn't keep telling you why you should join. But I also know that your attention span is getting shorter and shorter and shorter. So my videos were just long. So I'm like, okay, how would it really be of value to you? But the most popular testimonials, people get it when they get one-on-one time with me. So 2 things I'm doing right now, I got one-on-one strategy session. I could possibly extend that 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, depending on which hour slot you choose. Extend it so that you have direct access to me to still have me answer your questions as you're continuing to build out your own brand through audio notes. But the next other thing is you're gonna upgrade to getting workbook, private audios from me, or come see me where I'm at in retreats, or stay tuned to when I'm speaking at conferences that are close in proximity to you. Take heed, the shift is happening, the shift is here. You need to lock in, and help is here. I'm here. You gotta do the work. My services are not for the people that just need somebody to listen to. I expect you to do something. I will hold you accountable. Don't tell me your dreams if you ain't gonna do nothing about them. That's just who I am. So thank you for listening to a very special episode of the See Life Different podcast. And I will see you soon.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the See Life Different podcast. If you found today's topic valuable and inspiring, please subscribe to the podcasts, leave a review on the podcast platform you are listening on in order to help others discover the podcast, and share it with your friends. Your support helps me bring you even more impactful content. Until next time, keep seeing life differently.
Hey, when's the last time you created content and it actually brought you joy? When was the last time you saw a sunrise or a sunset and felt the warmth? I'm Zaakirah Muhammad, a creative strategist, global storyteller, and your retreat host with over a decade of experience of traveling to over 12 countries. I know that healing happens internally only once we return to ourselves and surround ourselves with nature. So that's why I'm inviting you to join me on the Kenya coast, January 2026. Join me for 3 transformative days filled with coastal beauty, wellness exercises, affirmations, storytelling, content creation, delicious meals, and a powerful community. The Sanaa Nomads Retreat is for creators of the diaspora who are ready to rest and reset and realign. There's only limited spots available, so be sure to go to zaakirahnayar.com/retreat to learn more. That's ZAAKIRAHNAYYAR.com/retreat.